Hey Gemini, what's going on? I hope you're doing very, very well. My name is Diane, for those of you who don't know me. And this is Madam Butterfly Tarot. And we're going to do a general reading for June. Gemini season, right? Yeah, we're going to do a general reading for June. But of course, it's timeless. So whenever you happen to find this is when you were meant to see it. You're very welcome here, Gemini. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it very much. And if you feel called to like and subscribe for me at all, I would appreciate that a lot as well. So I can already see that you're coming out of like a single period into a relationship that's going to be like a wish fulfillment for you. This person's going to be very sweet. You guys are going to be very similar. They're going to be what you've asked for, really. You know, subconsciously asked for it. What else for Gemini? You know, even if you haven't been like manifesting or scripting or whatever, it's like you're subconsciously manifesting this person. I want to pull them myself, so that's why I'm going to put them back in. Well, I'm going to have to take that one because that's quite obvious. So you have the Hermit here. Okay. The Devil. The Queen of Cups. Oh yeah, also when I was shuffling, I saw the Four of Cups with the Tower. So the Four of Cups indicates that, you know, you're not really wanting to date, or you're not really wanting to go out, or you're not really wanting something the universe is offering you, because you're still thinking about stuff that happened in the past. Whereas the Tower is gonna, well, not whereas, that's the wrong word, but the Tower is gonna come in and get rid of that energy. So if you've been in that Four of Cups energy, there's a Tower coming, like a change in mindset to get you out of that energy, okay? That's the Knight of Pentacles. The Fool. And the Princess of Swords. You have the Hermit with Judgment. The Devil with the excuse me, Page of Pentacles. The Page of Wands with the Queen of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles with the Ten of Wands. The Fool with the Ace of Swords. Aww. And the Princess of Swords, or the Page of Swords, with the Emperor. So there's a new beginning coming in here, like the Fool with the Ace of Swords. You know, taking a leap of faith with someone, presumably this Emperor, or an Empress, if you deal with the ladies. But, excuse me, this is someone who's going to be like very reliable. It's like daddy, mummy kind of energy. Very, very stable, you know, very wise. They could be older, but they just generally, like, the Empress and the Emperor tend to represent people that are mature. So, you know, someone that's emotionally mature, they've been through, you know, they've been to the school of life, baby, the school of hard knocks. And this is someone here with the Page of Swords. This person's probably spying on you, or they're maybe checking you out already. There has been a wee bit of a delay. The Page of Swords usually talks about a delay. That's okay, because this is the one you've been waiting for. You know, when you have the Emperor or the Empress, it means it's the one. It's the one you've been waiting for. This person will make you feel very secure, very stable, very happy. And I think there's, you know, with the Ace of Swords, this usually talks about like a mindset shift, like a breakthrough in the way that you're thinking. And the Fool talks about being willing to take a leap of faith with someone. So that's the difference here. Like there's some kind of healing period that you're coming out of where you're now willing to take this leap of faith with this person. Because you might even know this person. It's someone new, by the way. You might even know this person, but you know, even though they're awesome, you might be like, I don't think so. I don't trust humans anymore. Sorry. So there's been, you know, that's what the delay. Certainly there could have been a delay on their part too, I'm sure there was, but on your side, the delay has been not really taking this leap of faith, like not feeling ready. But that's changing now. You're moving into a Queen of Cups energy, like male or female. You're moving into a Queen of Cups energy, which is, that is someone who's been through a lot. It's someone that's had to learn to stand up for themselves. They've had to learn boundaries. So very likely that means that quite a few people have fallen out of your life because, the second that you start to stand up for yourself, people tend to vanish because they don't like it, and you're not useful anymore. If you're not pliable and you're not willing to just do what they want and shut up, then, for some people, then you're not useful. So you may have found that certain people have vanished out of your life. That was supposed to happen, because you don't want those people around anyway. Like if you're just taking up space that you're supposed to take up and standing up for yourself and those people don't like it, there's an issue there, right? So this is you very much moving into, there's a nice balance here. It's like a warrior type energy, but very soft. So, it's like people pleasing energy is gone, but you're still very soft, like very compassionate, very loving. So you've got the best of both worlds here. And the Queen of Cups, or the King if you're a man, it's like signaling to the world that like you're ready to date, but you're only going to be attracting in healthy relationships now because you've got this beautiful balance here, which is why this, your person's coming in here. There has been a slowness, with the Knight of Pentacles here. This is something slow. And with the Ten of Wands, you've been carrying some kind of heavy energy, which I'm going to clarify that. What is this Ten of Wands? The Four of Pentacles. What is that, please? What is this Four of Pentacles? The Knight of Wands. So there's been like a little bit of a reluctance to get out of your comfort zone anymore. Because, look, there's your person, the King of Cups. Guys are two little peas in a pod. But the Four of Pentacles is holding back, and you may find that this has been in all areas of your life. Like you haven't wanted to make friends, you haven't wanted to date, maybe you've been holding yourself back in work, and you're like, I don't really care. I don't really give a shit. It can be that sort of energy. So it may have felt slow moving. Because the Knight of Wands, it's like getting out of your comfort zone, being brave and doing stuff. But you may, because of things that have happened in the past with people, you may have just been like, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. So we're going to take your little King of Cups, put him over here. So this person here, this new person, has a very nice balance because the Emperor is a very masculine energy. The King of Cups is like a softer water, sorry, Gemini, sort of energy. So they're very balanced. So, it's like daddy, leadership, but also soft, in touch with their feelings, maybe like kind of creative, of course, And if it's a woman you're dealing with, they can be masculine. It's the same things apply. This Six of Pentacles I want to put here as well. So this is the balance that you've now gotten yourself into. Because I want to say before you were like too nice. Excuse me, Gemini. You were too nice. The boundaries needed to be, harder. But then you may have tends to be what happens with people pleasers is like they get out of their people pleasing energy like a little too hard. And they're like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't come near me. But you've balanced this now. So that it's a really beautiful energy of like being very like soft and compassionate, but like, don't test me, bitch, because like I'll kill you sort of energy here. So it's like a nice balance here. You also have this Page of Cups here. So this is what you've overcome here, like the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, or the Princess in this deck. It's like moving into a more youthful energy, like a more trusting energy. The Page of Pentacles is you know, being willing to like offer your heart to someone, maybe after you've been single for a really long time, you know, sort of being willing to offer yourself in your heart to someone again. And the Page of Cups is like, it's even more innocent. It's like puppy love, wearing your heart on your sleeve. So it's like getting back into this energy here. This could have been something that was kind of holding you back before, though. I have to say, when you have the Devil and the Page energy here, like, it could have been before you were in this Queen of Cups or King of Cups, whoever you are. You know, maybe you were too naive, you know, like too nice, too trusting. So that has been balanced as well. And you have the Three of Wands here with the Hermit and Judgment. So it's time for you to move forward. I can see, yeah, look, towards an Ace of Cups. So it's time for you to move forward towards a new love, an Ace of Cups. The Hermit represents someone who's not going out very much, or who's like kind of hiding themselves away. If you identify with being spiritual or on the spiritual path, the Hermit phase is like where they, you know, it can differ in time period as well. For some people, I think it's like a long time. For others, it's maybe less time. But, you know, it's like a shadow work period where you're not really doing much, and some people kind of fall out of your life, you know. And now you're coming out the other side of that. I think you've been in this Judgment energy for quite a while, like not, you know, the Judgment is the second last card in the deck, and it talks about kind of wrapping things up before you close the cycle down. So I think you've been in that energy for a while, and it may have felt very frustrating because you wanted to move forward, but there was stuff that needed to be healed. But with the Three of Wands, that's over. You know, the Three of Wands is leaving the past behind and looking towards the future. And even if you're not quite sure where you're going to end up yet, that's okay. Because with the Three of Wands, it's like baby steps, you know, so just do what's in front of you. Because that's all you can do, right? But yeah, this new person here is an Ace of Cups. They're going to be very different to anyone that you've dealt with in the past. Eight of Wands. Oh, Gemini, you might be like meeting or hearing from this person pretty soon, because you have the Ace of Swords, which talks about communication. Excuse me. Sorry. You have the Ace of Swords, which talks about communication, and then also the Eight of Wands talks about communication. You know, it could be, you know, even if this person had come into your life before, it wouldn't have been the right time. Like, even though they have this new, lovely, God, sorry, I'm really sorry if that's annoying you, but I can't help it. They have this lovely new energy, really sweet. You may have like resisted talking to them in the past, because even my throat's kind of blocking a little bit there, and we're talking about communication here, because the Ten of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, you know, the Four of Pentacles, like I said earlier, it talks about holding back. And then the Eight of Wands talks about communication. So this could be someone that, even if they had come into your life before, you maybe wouldn't have trusted them, or you would have held back with them or something like that. And I feel that you have a lot to say, actually. I feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe you just feel like you need someone to talk to or something like that for some of you. And not even like emotionally dumping on someone, just to have someone that you trust to talk to, you know? And you'll have that with this person. So I think just having that in your life will be a big difference for you, Gemini, like someone that you can talk to without, you know, worrying that they're using it for something, or they're going to, like, I don't know, you know, they're not real, or they're just, yeah, I don't know, using you for something. So that is a very clear reading. I'm going to get some oracle cards for you, Gems, because because this is a little bonus reading anyway, so I might not make it super long. I just felt like doing it. Oh. Okay. Any messages for Gemini? Do it for you. Okay. Okay. So this could be to do with love, or it could be to do with something. Shit. Sorry, really clumsy. Let me just fix that. Yeah, this could be to do with love or something else in your life. But Spirit is saying, like, start doing it for yourself. I don't know how to put that any better. You know, you don't need to do things for other people, like, not in that way though. You know, like, say you have like a new thing that you want to get off the ground. Spirit is saying, do it for yourself, not for how you think it's going to affect other people. Do it for you. You know, or like, yeah, there's just something there about, like, don't worry about what other people are thinking, or don't worry about what other people want. Do it for you. I hope that made sense. Okay. This one wants to come out as well. Okay, I'm going to take those two. These are very chatty cards. You have number 44, the storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. So you've just come out of a storm, you know, and that could be a storm that's lasted your entire life. Because right here you have number 20, I am always enough. The lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. So this could be like a whole big cycle that you've been dealing with your whole life about doubting your own worth, you know, and you're finally coming out of that. Where do we want to put this? Here. So this is very much tied up with the balance energy. You know, you being in this balanced energy of, you know, being like warrior, but also being very soft. Like not letting people take advantage of you, standing up for yourself, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. This could be something that's taken a long time as well, because you have that Knight of Pentacles. It talks about something that takes a long time. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have Evil Queen. You deserve sugar, not salt. Which is this person coming in here. That's interesting. I thought that card would want to go down here, but it wants to go up there. So this is actually a breakthrough in the way that you're thinking about yourself. Because you may have had a lot of people in the past that treated you like shit. So there's like a, you know, a massive dawning realization, like, oh my God, like an epiphany, there we go. Like an epiphany, like, oh my God, like, why have I been putting up with this crap? And, you know, take this if it resonates, but that's a woman's hands right there. So maybe this is more to do with like the way women have treated you than the way men have treated you. That could be a thing for some of you, you know. Like you might have had a lot of women that treated you like shit. And now you finally found your own worth. You know, like it could be a mother wound, for example, or a sister wound, something like that. Because if you have something like that, then you're going to subconsciously seek out the same crap with women for your whole life. You know, so that it could be that for some of you. But take what resonates. It's just a message here about like you finally seeing your own worth and you're like, oh my God, like I do deserve to be treated well. Like, yeah, totally. Which shouldn't be a revelation, but you know, it is for you. Okay, so to close the reading, I'm going to get 3 of these bad boys. It's like warm here. It can't really make up its mind what it wants to do. Like yesterday it was freezing. Okay, what else for Gemini? The star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. You know, you're holding back, Gemini. I don't know what this is exactly, but it's something to do with speaking or something that you have to say. It could be about opening your throat chakra. There's something here about following your voice, which is not a surprising message for Gemini because, you know, they're Mercury, which is all about communication. You know, you might feel better if you're communicating, which could be like writing. Maybe they want you to start journaling. Journaling really is a great thing to do. Like, I used to think it was like something that just drama queens did, but it really helps. In case anybody's been thinking about journaling. I do it all the time now. But there's something like you're holding back with the Four of Pentacles, like something to do with, you know, not having your voice heard. And it should be heard. Like, you have a lot to say. So, I don't know what that means. You and Spirit are going to have to figure that out. I want to get 2 more. What else for Gemini? Autumn, release the old and rest. So that's what you've been doing. You've been in a period of rest while you've been releasing old patterns, but that time is over now. That's done. You've come out of that now. I feel like I just dropped those, so I'm going to reshuffle. And I'm also noticing that she's wearing a crown here. So it's like you've stepped into some kind of, you know, era where you're wearing your crown now, you know. But still very like, you know, the Page of Cups is still very humble and sweet, but yeah, so if there is something that you've been thinking about doing, but maybe you're put off because you're like, I don't know, people expect it or something. They're saying like, do it for you. That, you know, with the Page of Pentacles here, this could be something to do with like a new business thing or a new job. Or studying something new. One more for Gemini, please. The Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. So I feel like that's what this new person is going to help you do. This new person, I mean, yeah, that's sweet. That's so sweet. You also have the arrow that wants to come out here. Surround yourself with protective energy. So this person here, this new person is going to be like very protective of you. Like Spirit sent some kind of protector, male or female, doesn't matter. They're very grounded. So maybe that means they're an earth sign for some of you, or they have some strong earth because you have Aries, Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and you have earth here. So maybe they have a combination of that, but they're very, very grounded. And I think they're going to help to ground you because Geminis are kind of, I mean, I'm a Gemini myself, so like we're kind of notorious for not being very grounded because we're air signs. It depends what else you have in your chart really, but this person might help to ground you. Should I take that too? No, we're going to end the reading there. Yeah, they're going to be like very stable, like your rock. This person's going to be, you know, a rock for you. They're very in control, not like repressed, but they're just, you know, the King of Cups is someone who, you know, it doesn't really matter what's going on around them. They're not reactive. You know, they take everything in their stride and they're calm and they think about things. So they're a really great person to have around, really. So that is your messages, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed it. Many thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for me if you feel like doing that. I would appreciate it very much. And as always, I wish you many blessings, love and light. Take care.